This is Rick Yoon and Rain. The film you're watching is 2009's Ninja Assassin. Not a bad film, by the way. It's a dumb, fun action flick. But what I appreciate in this film is that Rick and Rain, like that alliteration. Anyways, I like how Asians are given roles in this film to be powerful characters. And though, if you think about it and want to dissect it and go super deep about it, they may be exoticized and stereotyped to an extent. It's a noticeable improvement from what we've seen in the past. And what we've seen in the past is this sort of stuff. Yeah, put simply, I would describe what Asians were relegated to in the past as bad. And if I were to elaborate, I would say this.
In China, we say yikes, yikes, yikes.
In 2018, Asian Americans are finally given their own romantic comedy. While I may have my own qualms about it, Crazy Rich Asians does represent a positive outlook on Asian representation in media. And as more and more people espouse ideas like tolerance and acceptance, Asians in America are now given the opportunity to spread awareness of their culture, of their people, of their history, of their ancestry. Asian Americans have a possible role for how they may shift ideas and how they are perceived. And I believe a vital role Asian Americans may choose to undertake is that of a cultural ambassador. A little background about me. Before we begin, to be clear, this is not a joke, I'm being dead serious. Back in middle school, I was told I looked like the Asian guy from the TV show Heroes. For the record, here's what I look like. And here's what Masaoka, apologies if I mispronounced that name, or the guy from Heroes looks like. The situation I found myself in reminded me a little of this video by Ian Kung, I believe is his name. Roll the clip.
Hey, I'm Ian, and today I'm going to show you how to... Oh my god, it's ProZD! No, that's somebody else. It's ProZD! I get it, we're both Asians that do short videos. Haha, it's ProZD! Nope, definitely not ProZD. Oh my god, it's ProZD! No, for the last time, I'm not ProZD. Are you ProZD? God damn it!
To be clear, I'm not putting down Masaoka, but I think we can all agree that the two of us look quite different from each other. Yeah, we don't look alike, you know. Nowadays, if anyone said that to any Asian that didn't look like Masi, as I do, and many others might, the reaction by anyone within earshot would be, that is, if they have the knowledge of such things, and rightfully so. But back then, when that was said to me, no one batted an eye, and I didn't know how to react. I just let it slide. And this is why I believe that media in all its forms, novels, written materials, books, TV, news, media, shows, where we have fictional representation shows, like sitcoms and dramas, and the movie-going experience, like the silver screen, does contribute to the perception of groups. That's why having Asian Americans spread their own culture can be a powerful thing. Let's talk about the global impact of culture, shall we? In 2018, a certain K-pop group that goes by the name BTS won the awards for favorite or top social artist. They were given these awards by the Billboard Music Awards and the American Music Awards. And while I'm sure there were a few folks who had their feathers ruffled from such a revelation, like...
Why?
Just goes to show how globalized the world is developing. How interconnected we're all becoming. How it's a blessing and a curse. More on the blessing, though, of how much we're unifying as a people. As humanity, society. And in doing so, Asians get to be prideful instead of ashamed of their culture and their people. There may come some conflict with having a different tradition, appearance, and so forth. In every country, there are always some people that unironically might say something along the lines of,
Isn't America basically the planet?
Yeah, it is. USA!
But that's okay. I mean, it's not okay, but you know what I'm trying to say. It's part of life to come up against those that are diametrically opposed to you, as well as those that are raised to not understand these things, to not understand the nuance of culture, race, ethnicity, and so forth. And so they attempt to validate their mistaken belief systems. Which is why when one comes across such adversity when dealing with narrow-minded individuals, you just gotta think positive. And if they try to put you down, you gotta think,
they ain't nothing, man. They ain't nothing. You got this. They're a bunch of haters. You got this. You beautiful. I love you.
instead of course, giving up hope from humanity and going, it takes time for change to make its impact, and as it takes time for rain to erode rock, it takes time for many things to take shape, to take hold, to mold perception, to alter society. That's, yeah, you're gonna have to do some waiting. I believe Asian Americans have an important task should they choose to undertake it. I would like to make no assumptions and surmise what everyone is to do, as I've already established. I'm not telling everyone that's Asian, that's American, that hey, you have to do this. I'm not trying to perpetuate something like a model minority myth or anything of the sort. It's just a suggestion of mine, rather, that those of us with a thick identity and our friends that support us are to be proud of ethnic culture, or at least support it, understand it, to reduce microaggressions and to appreciate those that surround us. Sometimes to each of us that have had to do so much, that have had to slog through the hate, misconceptions, and so forth, it's like,
I've been through so much shit just to get this far. Give me a break, man.
that's the state of affairs, and that avenue that we are now allowed in this day and age is that we are to be diplomatic ambassadors in a less formal sense. And with all that out of the way, I'd like to hand it off to another YouTuber as I sign off.
Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, farewell.